All right now. I'm excited. This is our first kickoff call for the mastermind. We're going to be working on strategy today. So just to give you an idea of how this is going to work, we're going to just like together brain dump and brainstorm all the things for your brand. This is an opportunity to just like lay it all out. Anything that you've been wanting to do, you want to do, you're already doing, ways to monetize, first to get it all out your head and your heart and onto the strategic plan document. The purpose of this document is to kind of streamline everything, again, bring everything to one living, breathing document that we'll use as a guide throughout the process of building the brand, selling things, and it's going to continue to change and develop as you change and develop and the brand grows. So we'll kind of get it all out, and then we'll start talking about timeline. We'll think about, okay, so that's on the strategic plan. When I'm gonna share my screen in a minute, it will share like, okay, what's your 5-year goal? And then we back that up into 4, 3, 2, 1. But initially, we're just gonna start thinking about like year one. What are we hoping to accomplish over the next year? And then we look at that as quarters. So really where we start is, okay, one of your takeaways or tasks will be for you to start working on the strategic plan, and I'll be there to support you with my part of it, to kind of challenge you with ideas, hold you accountable. But we really want to get to the point where you're very clear about what you're doing with your brand for the next 90 days. How are we closing out 2023? And what are we launching or starting and opening up 2024 with, based on this vision that you say that you want? Okay. Every time we meet, you never have to worry about the calls, because we can speak freely, because I have Otter is going to be taking is transcribing our notes. I checked on that. He's or she is doing their job. So you always have a copy of the notes. I will be taking notes on this strategic document, and you're going to see what I'm doing. I'm going to share the screen. We also have the video recording, and then we also have the audio recording that will all go inside Nifty on a separate board with today's date. So everything will be in one place within like the next 24 hours. And then I will take any task that we decide that we need to do, or action items, like what you're going to do, what I need to do for you, what we're going to be doing together. And I'll place those also into Nifty as tasks. And then with due dates, you can assign your own due dates, be flexible with that. When you're set aside your work time. But at least it'll hold us both accountable. Okay. How's that sound? Do you have any questions?
Nope, no questions.
Awesome sauce. So I'm going to share my screen. So this is the strategic plan doc. So now the question I have, Toushonta, is, did we already start one of these for you?
No.
I didn't think so. Okay, because I was looking and I was like, maybe I just don't have access to it. I don't think we did.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, these are, if you look at the side, or we can scroll down, these are all the things that we really want to pull together for the sake of the brand building or brand development process, right? A lot of these things you're going to go through, and obviously you already know what they are: your brand name, what you do, all things creative. You already know a lot of this stuff. But the mission here is to not only challenge you to think about things differently, and to make sure that things that you already kind of have out there in the world, maybe that's on the web page, that's on your social media bios, that's anywhere and everywhere, whether or not they're still in alignment with where you really want to go and what you really want to do. So we want to think about throughout this process, and this will take us, we'll be developing this over the next couple of weeks, but it's really important because every single thing you do will come from this: your marketing plan, your social media, products and services, how you angle and position yourself in the marketplace with those products and services will all come from this document.
Is this is this a full document? Because I don't see the full thing.
Yeah, it's a full document.
Okay, because I don't see it on my end. It's cut off right at, it says needs, what's a la carte, admin task, and then that's it. That's all I see. I don't see the rest of the document.
What do you see? Well, you shouldn't see the whole thing because I'm not scrolling, but what do you see?
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Do you see, you said needs, admin tasks. You should see brand description, story, goals.
No.
Hold on.
I see a strategic plan for Tamika.
Oh, I'm sharing the wrong thing. I'm so sorry. That's why. I was sharing the wrong thing. Thank you. Can you see this?
Okay. Okay, yes, I can.
The blank document. I know you're like, what is that? Okay, I apologize. I was sharing the wrong document. Okay. Because so now do you see strategic plan and it's just, okay. So this is what it was supposed to, which is what we were supposed to be looking at. So brand name, description, story, we'll eventually come back and fill in a lot of these things. And then we'll move these pieces around according to, depending on what we're working on when. Goals, break those down. All this whole document will lead us to our marketing goals, social media goals. And then actually it will lead us to actually creating content, your why, what's your story, which is brand story, key messaging, marketplace positioning. And I give you some examples and stuff on here when you're working through this, doing this work for yourself.
This document will be sent to me, right? You're sharing this with me? Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna share it with you. It's also gonna be in your folder, which is a private folder. Nobody knows you have a folder. Everybody has their own folder, which is also attached to your Nifty.
Okay.
The folder is also a Nifty. So yeah, you'll have access to all this. Your mission. So the way I have it outlined is it kind of triggers you to thinking, gives you some examples, and then asks you to write, like brainstorm it and then actually write it. So like our mission, the final mission is. Then there's some ideas of core values. What do you want your core values to be? Again, this all carries out to your website. We'll use these words, this kind of these ideas when working towards, creating content or identifying who your people are and attracting those people, the vision of the brand. And then of course, what products and services you want to offer, who are we selling it to, and then what makes you different. So again, this is going to continue to develop. But this is just like starting point of what we want to do. And the other thing is you already have a lot of this in place. I know that because I know you.
It's in my head. It's not written. This is why I need this. So
yeah, we got it. We want to get it out of your head and your heart and onto this document. So for today, now that's what we'll be working on this together. Your first action item will be to start working on this strategic plan. Right? And this is a document we share, but for today, we'll be working on this, but in a little bit different way. So these notes are actually going to be added to your, calendar invite. When you go to the calendar like this, you're going to see this on the calendar invite too. But also this will be, so I'm just going to use this space to brainstorm and write down some of the notes because I have to, like, I talk, you talk, I talk, but I also write because that's just how my brain works. And then I'll take all this and move it into action items, like a checklist in Nifty as well. Okay. So aside from strategic planning and all that stuff, I just want you to kind of articulate for me your vision for Toushonta Creates over the next year.
My vision is to have at least 10 classes, if not more, but at least a minimum of 10 classes where it's evergreen, that people can actually go to and download whenever they want.
What else?
I'm trying to think what else. I think that's my main goal. I don't know. I mean, the thing is that I just do stuff like being creative because I'm in it, and I don't know on the outside what people see or what people need or want.
And so, would you think that you might want to be a thought leader in the creative space?
Yeah.
What do you think in regards to when you think about Toushonta Creates? I know it's all things creative, but is there any one specific thing that makes you feel like that lights your fire more so than the others? Like, is it food? Is it florals? Is it video? Like, what is the thing that if you had to like?
I think it's food and photography. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
can't think of anything else at the moment. I think
Okay.
'cause I'm so focused on the website that I can't see anything past it. Um,
Okay, I
yeah,
understand.
yeah.
So what do you have in place? Let's talk about what you already have in place. Like what assets do you already have?
The basket making class. Well, I did the photography class, but I need to re do it
Mm-hmm.
based on, just increasing what else, whatever is new, updating the photography class. And I'm trying to think of, I think I need to find a way that I can allow people to come together and actually have a workshop, in-person workshop.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I was to have it, once a quarter or something like that, where we're actually doing things. Because when I did the photography workshop, they love it.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I really do
Mhm.
like the idea of a in-person workshop. I think people will,
In-person workshop as well as live workshops, Zoom live workshops. For instance, people may be out of state and say, I can't make it to Shanta. Let's do a virtual workshops.
mm-hmm. I like it.
Because that, with doing those things, it will cause me to um, go into the content creation conference. C3.
Three. Tell me.
Conference creation conference.
Oh, content,
Conference create, yes.
content creation conference. Got it. Um, see, we'll put this word in here too.
Hmm.
Hmm. You could also do content creation collective.
Hmm. And then I need to figure out a way to because I be doing stuff and I just be forgetting, like, oh my God, I could have went live and put that in my group, Toushonta Creates group, to be more active in there on the Facebook.
All right, since you mentioned that, let's talk about what other brand assets we already have. You already have your branding, right?
Mhm.
Your visual branding is set, or do we need to work
Mhm.
on that?
No, I think it's, yeah, I like the color scheme. I like the logo. No, I think that's good.
Okay, so that visual branding is set. Um, you have a Facebook group.
Hmm. I have a Instagram group.
You have all your socials already set up.
Hmm.
Instagram group. Socials. We have so needs.
I need to website and start recording these classes. Like I can do a soap making melt and pour class. That's super easy, super simple. A candle making class as well. Super easy, super simple. So I need to start doing videos on different classes.
Mm-hmm. These are like needs, wants. What else do you need? Do you see
Um,
class development is one thing. I'm gonna pull this out of here. But like a need is more like
I need
if
to, I need to, I need to really do my business what you just showed me. I was like, yeah, I need to do that because I've been playing basically my baking LLC and all that stuff too. Like I've been doing it under Sensational Soaps, but in order for me to take it serious, I need to at least start with my, checking my payment process, PayPal, whatever, however I'm collecting payment.
Come on. Don't act crazy. You know I need this.
I bought me a ring light yesterday too, so that's a start. It's digital too. It has a little touch screen thingy. I was like, yay.
I thought you already had a ring light.
I had a light, but not a ring light.
What am I doing wrong here?
I don't know.
Why is separate not even, it's an unrecognized word.
Separat? I thought it was as yeah.
You should catch it.
Separate. Yeah.
Separate? Now that looks weird to me. But still, why would you catch it? It was only one letter. Come on, spell check. I rely on you. Google, you know I can't spell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, payment, they go payment processes.
This is just for you. I'm
Yeah.
quiet on purpose just to give you a moment to think of like all the things you've been thinking of.
Mhm.
And you have written down that you're like, these are the things I want to do. This is what this is why, you know, this moment. I don't want you to, and then also again, this is developing. So if you think of something tonight, tomorrow, whatever, just add it in. I've been getting boxes. I get boxes for the last 2 weeks of like, I forgot to tell you, I also have a
Right. I just want to be in a space of like, I've been watching Cheer Whimsy. Like she goes, she speaks at different places as creative places. So I need to just figure out where where I should be to meet the people that are looking to be creative. I think is that would be what collaboration and connections.
um, how's that? Every time I think, remember like when I like if you were doing Toushonta Creates, remember when I did the mom
2.0 in Pasadena.
I was like right in alignment when I was going to do the alt summit and a lot of these creative, it's really I think it's goes like the creative space goes almost hand in hand with this like mommy blogger DIY crafty.
That's another thing I put on needs blogging. Like you know, you start blogging on the website and be consistent with it. Just something simple or easy. Yeah, I definitely want that because I want to tap back into that on sensational soaps as well. Because people just want, because a lot of times they want to know who you are. They want to know what you're making, what you're creating now. Like just me creating this dang coffee thing behind me. I need to go live about that and show them like, you know, I'm starting to use my space, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm. I put this on here because a lot of the video you create could be you have a ton of video already. You could repurpose that as YouTube Shorts. Because YouTube Shorts is now like, you know, very similar to TikTok. I mean, you could take the same video and put it in multiple places. We just need to find, you know, build a system around it. So you're just kind of uploading it to one place and then all the other places, because having that content on YouTube, YouTube is a search engine. So just like Google's a search engine, which is why blogging and SEO is so important. YouTube could also work that in that way for you as well. You know,
I want to also needs is basically feel more confident with my camera, not the phone. My actual camera. Yeah. So that's me just calling my girlfriend who is a photographer that I went to that class with and just doing a Zoom with her, paying her for her time so we can go through that again.
right.
Yeah, I just want to feel more confident. Yeah, master that camera.
Okay.
I think that's it for now. What do you see? You see anything I'm missing? Are you seeing anything more?
No, I think
This is a
what
good start.
it's a great start. I think it's a great start without overwhelming yourself. I mean, this is a lot. So I think what we go from here is looking at all these things and identifying, okay, what's the lowest hanging fruit here and where do we start? Right? So I think only because making money is not, I mean, while
Right.
you need to make money, it's not like you have to pay your rent next week. You know what I mean? So like, I'm not going to suggest that you go ahead and record a workshop and let's sell a workshop by the end of this week. We're not going to do something like that. I think really because it's time to significantly anchor you in this in this community and position yourself as this thought leader in the creative space. I think we need to start working on this brand story and the vision, all the stuff in your head. We need to get this out on paper. That's where everything else is going to start, because the reason why I believe, well, let me say it differently. I think not having all these the foundation in place kind of holds you back from being as
that's what it's doing. That's what it's doing with Experts Connect, because Renee is always in my inbox. Toushonta, I just posted da 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 da. Come over here and do da 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 da. And
but it's like, where am I sending people? What am I saying? So like getting these things down where you already have it, the same way you have like when you do an intro to a group, or you could talk about sensational soaps. It's like you need it to roll off your head, off your tongue and your mind. You know what I mean? So not being really sure what you want it to look like and where it belongs in the marketplace is it can hold you back.
Yeah. It's like a dysfunction right now.
Yeah. But I mean, this is what we're doing this for. You know what I mean? And I think these are not, none of this stuff is, I don't think any of this, I don't think if we take all this and we put a timeline to it, there's no way you're going to walk into the new year without being completely confident in a whole different story, in a whole different brand. You know, that's what I think.
I mean, and the thing is too, is me showing up, like you just stated, in the social media world as my story. They're like, okay, I see sensational soaps, but oh, she got Toushonta Creates as well. So pretty much that goes hand in hand. But also, I just need to start showing up more. When I say show up more, meaning like, what if I just went live in one of the rooms in here, you know, and talk about interior design, how to decorate, you know, stuff like that.
So I think while you're working through this, I think my advice would be to kind of keep it simple, because you got all the stuff going on. And then while you're in the business, it's hard to work in the business and work on the business at the same time. So what I would suggest is like you're working through the strategic plan. So you would come through here and just start filling in things. So for example, if you write your brand story and description, or you already have it in your head, your heart, wherever it is, and you start, it's like, what does that make me think about? And you could literally take your camera and do a story or reel or whatever you would do. You know, it could be on TikTok, you know what I mean? Where you're just literally talking and be like, I'm working on relaunching or redeveloping or repositioning to Toushonta Creates in the marketplace. Document it. So I started this because, and here's what I wrote. So I wrote this whole thing. So it's like, come along with me. So like, wait, instead of you thinking of other content to create that you could use later on, right? And because the way you do things, it's completely efficient usually. And I feel like if you don't do it and it's not the way you want it to show up, you're just not gonna be happy with yourself. So if you were to do a room in the house, it would be like the video of the room, you write a blog post of the room, there's photos of the room, like doing a feature of a room in your house, that's like a month's worth of content.
Right.
I tell you, like the things that you do are so significant. That's a month's worth of content. You send the email out, you talk about the chair in 1 week, you talk about the window treatment, you talk about the bed and why you chose the bed 1 week. Like the whole putting the room together is 1 month of content. You get what I'm saying? So like that's how you do it right. So the problem that most of us do, all of us, a lot of us, small businesses, is that we're doing so much, we're not realizing how much content we actually have, because we're telling it all. We're going live and sharing the whole thing, as opposed to when you look at real content creators, they're taking the photos, writing the blog about it, and the blog has, and then the next week's blog talks about the furniture, the next week blog talks about the painting process, the next week blog talks about the bedding and the window treatments, textiles, right? The next week blog talks about what we're going to use the room for. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like, we just talked about this one damn room for a whole month, you know? So I think that's how we do it right. And if we can get to that phase, there's less work involved. Can you imagine if you only had to talk about one room in your house for a month? You could do the whole house in a year and then repeat. Because everything's going to change, right? Because you're just now bringing in stuff, right? Your whole design my office with me. You're buying something every week. That's a whole month of content. My creative space. Help me. Hey guys, help me plan my creative space. It's empty right now. This is what I'm thinking. Next tomorrow, so or the three, if it's only 3 videos, quick videos, couple minute videos a week. On the 2 days later, it's like, so I'm looking at these coffee bars on Amazon, and I'm really, my budget is, remember, Toushonta creates budget friendly, blah blah blah, whatever those taglines, whatever. So the goal is to do the entire coffee bar for less than $25. Let's see if you can do it, right? So by the end of the week, all you talked about is the coffee bar in the refrigerator. Maybe. So I think until we're ready to create a content plan and what the next 12 months of content is going to look like, which we can see now, it's not going to be that hard. Because even if the content plan looks like, okay, starting in, I'm just going to make this up, but like February is design my office month. I don't know. In January, you record everything and then you write the blogs and it drips out in February. It's like, oh, you spend the whole month or like 2 full days putting it all, you know, filming it, and then 2 more days chopping it up, turn it into little videos, writing the blog with ChatGPT. You know what I mean? Like you can get all that content in 4 days and it's all scheduled for the next month. So because I think if we do content chunks like that, because it's all creative and people want to know the details. Even when you did your front foyer thing, remember how much time you spent on that table? Tell us about that table, because we wouldn't let you get past it. We were like, let's see what's in the basket. Which basket? Remember
yes.
That's like, but that's the stuff that you don't think about that we're enamored with, that is days of content. Like we're like, put the other basket back. Let's see. Well, how did you read the books? Show us the book. You didn't spend no time on those books. You didn't spend barely any time on the little things and the towers and show us where you got. You can go back to that. Even the thing where you showed us how you did the
bathroom.
That was what, like 2 posts and a video? No, that is a month's worth of content. Just making that. You tested it, how it turned pink, like all of that shit. That's a lot of content, Toushonta. So
I be feeling like now it's done. Once it's done, I feel like I missed the opportunity.
No, you didn't miss the opportunity. So because now you're going to create something new. But when those in between times when you're like, okay, design my office with me is February, for if we go back to that. And then in March, it can be like, let's just talk about all the DIY things I did in my house. I don't care if I followed you and I saw that you did that wall thing in November. I don't know what it looks like. I want to see what it looks like now.
Right, especially when I hang it up.
Yeah, you follow your food people. They make almond milk, pressed almond milk or whatever cheese. They're going to make that shit again, with just this time it has tomatoes with it. It's the same thing. And you're going to sit there and watch it and be like, oh, I love when she makes this toast. And you're going to watch it like you've never seen it before. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just a different angle. Now we see the art piece. You grab all the content from when you showed us how it was pink. You showed us how you made. We're going to reshare all that content, say in February, if we're talking about that art piece. This time, we're going to follow up with, here's my new furniture. Or these are this is the coffee table I got to go in the room with it. One little extra thing. Or this plant's going to sit next to it. Or I don't know. Or this is where I decided to hang it. How about that? You know, like.
You got me feeling like, because now right now I'm waiting to get an estimate on these bookshelves or whatever. I don't have the bookshelves yet here in this space, but now I feel like I want to take everything out, all this stuff out, because it's on wheels. I can roll it all the way out. And then just like, hey guys, I'm just starting to do my office.
Yeah, I would do that. I would.
And then and then do another one. Like, okay, I just got this from Amazon, this cute cabinet, and roll it up in there.
Yep, I would do it. That's what I would do. Let that be your first one because you're still doing it and you're excited.
Okay.
It's still in the process and there's still more to do. Like you said, you wanted to do this, or like you had to, like that plant behind you, that wasn't there last time I talked to you.
Yeah, this refrigerator and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I saw the refrigerator. So a lot of that has developed more since I last spoke to you.
Yeah.
So my point is, like, remember last time we talked, Devin was getting ready to put the shelves in that one thing.
Right. He was putting it together.
Or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I would do. But I want you to be okay with the fact, I mean, because let's look at this in reality. Right now, you're not selling anything. Right now, you're committed to building and establishing the system so that when you do sell, we don't stop. There's no more breaks, right? Or if you decide to take a break, the brand things are still running. So I would, because you're creative and you need to be doing something and you're going to keep working on your office space, I would take the next, like August, and just film the content, like just like build out a content production. Let me see how I want to say this. Build out a like a creative, like the creative plan for that one space. I'm trying to think what we call it, because going forward we would say office space is August or September. Backyard patio, whatever, it's just whatever it is. And it doesn't have to be anything in the house. It could just be you repotting plants, or you deciding to learn how to make soup. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like you create a process, or now I'm juicing instead, this month. It could be whatever you decide to focus on. It could be basket making as we lead up to the basket making workshop. But I want you to have a fully thought out, creative production process. You get what I'm saying? So it's
like I could do a whole process for the month, like you said, the month of August, and drip it out in September.
Yes.
So what I'd probably do is do this office so it could drip out in September. And then if I was to add anything else, like the shelves and so forth, like we can just go back to the shelves are here. We just added the shelves and I'm putting books up, so forth.
Yeah, because you already have this process in your head. So I want to call it develop a creative capture process, because you already have this in your head. Like before, when you were like, I bought all the stuff, I'm going to test it first, then I record. So like that's what I'm talking about. So like you take everything out, you say, okay, throughout the month of August, I'm going to just record all the content. So I say that to say, you don't need to share any of it.
Right.
I'll just have it. Go live to talk about life or whatever the hell you want to talk about, oranges, God, whatever you want to talk about, that's great. But I want you to develop a creative capture process. Use August to just gather all the creative that you need for your office. Marinate on that. As a content creator, they spend a lot of time on their shit, because we're going to turn it into a blog. We're going to turn it into the, you know what I mean? So you really want to get a checkbox, almost productized like system where it's like, oh, I do this in three or four phases. And then I record a long video, and then I chop that video up into smaller pieces. I take the transcript that turns into the blog post. So like coming up with a system like that. So if you can we can start working on that creative capture process for August for the office only. We can turn it into like a check sheet or some kind of system where you're like, I didn't like this, I did like this. And then going forward, you use the same system, no matter what the creative thing is. It's the way you record, capture information, and then repurpose the information. You get what I'm saying? So that becomes your system, because eventually what I see you doing is teaching the system for other people. So we need to develop this in August, and you develop that by troubleshooting, by using by collecting all the data and the video and the stuff for the office. And then we can see if we can schedule it by the end of August and see if we can test it for release in September.
Got it. Yeah, so I can take everything out and it just be plain, and I'll just go live, not live, I'm talking to the camera. They'll see my actual face.
Right.
And me sharing and so throughout this process, I'm going to be taking you step by step on how we're going to put this office together. Mhm.
something like that. So,
So what happens with like you stated, the rooms that are already done? So you'll just basically, I go, not live, I keep saying live, I go and talk about the room, and we're gonna speak about each piece in this room and why did I design it the way I did. And for instance, we're gonna talk about why did I pick this color comforter.
hold on one second.
Mhm.
Um,
I can also do thinking, let me write that down too. A day in a life of a creative.
August, September. Okay. That was just us thinking of this creative capture process. So now when you're thinking about this, what I really want you to do is, because every business, you need a framework. You need like a signature framework. So in order for us to get to the point, because you like to teach, right? But at the same time, you're creative. And what's naturally is going to happen is that as people are starting to come to you for your thing, like for like everything that you're going to be offering and what you make, and just to watch you do whatever it is you're doing, because can't none of us do it, and or we wish we was that way, so we're living through you. Basically, that's really what's going to happen, or what's already happening. And really, it's like, how are you so organized? How do you get your house in order, right? So now we're talking about organizational things, like how in the hell did you get your pantry to look like that? How did you get your drawers to look like that? So you see where I'm going? Like, as soon as you start to become a thought leader in the space, these are the things that you start to talk about on stage.
And then up top, this is in the future, people probably start hiring you for like one-on-ones.
That's
Hey,
what I'm saying.
Toushonta, I have blah blah blah. What do you charge for a one-on-one? Can you come to my house? And or can we do this virtually?
Right. So, but this is why pausing to use this fun thing that you're excited about, which is your office, as your number one, as like your guinea pig, or like your first thing. I want you to really dig into developing a creative capture process around it. And this name might change. I don't know how else to say it.
Mhm.
But we can take this process and turn it into your signature system, right? It can be the, like you said, the 3C system, whatever it is. It's like, like how I have the RAM method, like everything goes into I can talk about the RAM method all day, no matter what the hell else we talk about in the building, right? It literally could be, I meditate. I sit by the water. I process, and then I think of the creative. Like, how do I feel? It's the sunset. It's the whatever makes you know what I mean. Like, how do you prepare yourself for this level of creativity? Then it's like, now I gather all the things. Then I do this. Like, so I don't know what that is. That's only something you can come from. But you doing this process with your office and filming and thinking about like a possibility of a blog, like all the stuff and the details you're going to share, I want you to pay attention, because that signature system will come out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, once you look at like how you systematized it and how we can do it. Okay, now September's here. We don't scheduled everything that you did in August. Now we're talking about what are we creating in September for October. Now we're talking about harvest, whatever. You already got the stuff, got all the stuff. And it's like, what's that system look like? So I know it's hard to see it right now, but that's where I want to go with this, because developing your own signature system is what gets you on stages.
Got it. Yeah.
That's what's going to get people to hire you.
I just need to tell myself, always video.
Yeah. It's like when you watch those, I can't remember, there's a couple HGTV shows where they're like organizers. It's like a couple girls and they go and they organize people's houses, closets.
I have a friend, that's what she does. She organizes people's houses and stuff. That's her thing. Yeah.
But they have a system. They say, first thing we do is first we're going to release the guilt because you have too much shit, right? It's like, I'm not calling you a hoarder, but, right? So it's like, phase 1 is this. Phase 2 is imagine what we want it to look like. And then phase 3 is to sort.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. So like, that's what we need to think about.
Yeah.
And then how do we apply that system to life? And how do we make other people that don't care anything about plants and food still get a pull from your signature system and be like, lean into anything that you have to say.
Right.
So that's what I'm thinking about. So August, that's your fun thing. Because I know you need a fun thing. So that's your fun thing.
Okay, you said September, August, and then September release, and then next is video again, September for October.
Yeah, so we need to.
And then the thing is, when you said organization, that's going to be the one for January for sure.
Yeah, so that'll release.
That's the top of the year, right there.
We'll be recording that in December.
Yeah.
So action items. So August, that's the.
August, yeah, that's gonna be good. You know why? Back to school.
Yeah, but back to school, office, creative space. Parents need to know what to do with their kids. You know what I mean? September, they go back to school, it's like creative space. Or what about you? A lot of people want to know how to make their kids, you know, homeschooling parents. Like there's all kinds of stuff you can do at your office and creative space in September. So the other thing I want you to do is work on writing out your monthly themes.
Fun, catchy themes.
Yeah, so this is fun for August. This is development, which is
this is so crazy because we've been through this before when I was on 41st place, but everything has changed because of the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was in Los Angeles.
So your development task is to start building out your strategic doc, which is this document we're on, right? It does not have to be perfect. Again, you and I are the only ones that see it until you have decided that this is my mission. And then it lives somewhere else. It gets sprinkled across social media, it gets sprinkled on your website, you know what I mean? But, and again, it's living and breathing. So like you can sit on tomorrow and spend an hour on this thing and then come back next week and be like, don't like that. Like that does not feel good to me, right? So you spend some time on it. As a matter of fact, you actually you should. Didn't you do the AI brand development class we did for the mastermind? Were you in that?
I don't think so. No.
So okay, because we're actually, I'm going to touch on that again on Thursday, but I can give you that document because there was a whole document that had all the prompts.
Okay.
But you still have to have all of this done, like your brand story, brand description, who you want to help, and then it starts to come up with like the avatars, and then it kind of helps you along, like vision and stuff like that. So I can give you that document. Let me write this up tomorrow. Because I just wrote the prompts for everyone, and then we did it together on the call. Like everybody was like typing it into their own chat GPT, and we did it together.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll give you that brand development document to help you.
I need to get with all of that. And the thing is, because of my job, and this is why I'm at this office, which is good because it allows me to sit down. And so my desktop is clean finally. I organize it with folders.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh yes, you did tell me you were working on that because you said
what happened? What happened? I shared my screen and I had all that shit up there. It looked like somebody's dirty room. I was like, okay, let me clean this up.
Oh no. Yes. Did you find a whole bunch of repeat stuff to delete?
Yeah, I threw a lot of stuff in the trash. Yeah.
It feels good, right? Now you open your laptop, you're like, there ain't nothing on this desktop except for my grandbabies. That's it.
Aww.
It's navy blue, raising a mogul color. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so action items, the brand development doc, start working on this. Your fun action for August is to kind of backtrack and recapture all the content that you need for your office remodel.
Mhm.
Document the process with video. See, a lot of this, like, don't worry about this. This is just my brain, like what we're going to do with that content, but you don't need to think about that right now.
Mhm.
Just think about capturing your creative process. And then I'll probably come back and ask you some questions like, how did it feel? What did you, oh, it just might, now that you know we're looking for a signature system, how do you capture your creative process? What does that look like for you? Or what do you want it to look like for you? Then we can develop a system around it.
And then that can also be a class because, and it's so funny you said capture. I'm following this girl called the Capture Queen, and she's selling a class for $47. How to do 200 something or something. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take her class. I want to see what she's talking about.
Yeah.
She's called the Capture Queen. So with that, this is gonna be a class too. Eventually,
Oh,
capture.
definitely. Well, I think this, once you have your
Once I have it together,
once you
yeah.
have your signature system, not only will it be classes, but people, that's where you're going to get your one-on-one from. And that's what you're going to be speaking about.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because while this comes very easy to you, you'll be shocked to know that not everybody they don't know how to organize their creative.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't even feel like they have the permission to be creative.
Mhm.
Like I looked up the other day, taking a sewing class. Cause I was like, what do I want to do? I was like, I want to make my own skirts. I want to make my own pants. I don't know why. I just
Mhm.
wanna make my own stuff. I want to know what that feels like to like be able to make my own. Right.
Right.
Because I saw
Right.
this really nice, don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
My mother taught me when I was little. I know a little bit. I can do buttons. I can sew with a needle and thread, but like using my machine,
Yeah.
I'm gonna myself every time. So I was like, I should take a sewing class, but tell me why I'm not doing it. I don't know.
Mhm.
Most people are not doing it because they don't want to not do it. It's because they don't have the permission or they don't have anyone to walk them through it that they trust. Because
Mhm.
I looked at 3 or 4 different websites and was like, that I don't like the way that instructor looks. Oh, that place looks like a grandma place. Like it was like an old place out in the white people village. And I was like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I was like, should I just go to Joann Fabrics because it's a store and
Yeah.
probably random and I'll feel better at a random place. So that same thought process I have is the same thought process that other people are having about learning how to cook, learning how to organize their home, learning how to build out their office or make their home look amazing. All these things that
Mhm.
you do in your sleep.
Mhm.
Someone is really like, oh my God, I would never have thought to go buy a tray and put it over my tub and create this nighttime ritual bath experience.
That's so funny you just said that because see, I be missing opportunities. I need to just videotape. So I just sent you I just text you I just organized my closet space. In that space, it was a mess. And I just bought these trays so you could just turn them around and you can see. So I got at the top is beauty, at the middle is hair, and then at the bottom is like my vitamins.
Oh, yes, yes,
And
yes.
you
Oh,
just swing
yeah,
it around, it's
yeah,
organized.
yeah, organized.
And that gold thing in the middle is basically all it like my brushes and combs in there.
Well, I want you to know that this opportunity is going to come back because you have kids. They're going to come in there
Right.
and touch it. You're going to be in a rush. You're going to take stuff out. Now it becomes reorganize my closet space with me. So it's
Right.
like, this is what I have, the container with all my whatever. And you're literally just showing it. And then you show how it ended up. It doesn't
Right.
have to be like every time from scratch. This is your daily life.
Got it. Hmm.
So don't overthink
Hmm.
what we would want to see because we still want to see everything. Just assume we want to see everything. Whatever you're willing
Yeah.
to show us. And we don't know what's not there. And then the thing is, what's not there is people will be like, well, how did it start? Well, what did it look
Right.
like? Oh, I have a closet
Because
too.
I know it's going to take a minute for me to get shelves up here because I'm been going back and forth with the construction worker and he's still trying to work with this guy and he's going to be over 8 weeks. So I can still come back and revisit this and say, hey guys, I got shelves now.
Yeah.
It could be months and Sundays from now, but at least,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and then the thing is, anything that you don't share or show, that gives people the opportunity to ask questions. And then once you're out there and you're talking a lot, Like you said, I mean, I feel like you've said to me before, like some of your group members asked you certain questions, and that's when you knew what to tell them next, or what to teach them next, or what to share with them next. More visible you are, the more questions you're gonna get, and then
Right.
that's you're gonna be like, okay, someone asked. I mean, you see that on TikTok. They're
Mhm,
answering people's questions. Half of their content is answering questions,
mhm, mhm, mhm. Yeah,
which is more questions.
yeah.
Okay, so our action items are to build out the strategic plan doc, which is this. Oh, let me add you on here. There you go. Oh, where are you on here? I'll add it to you again. I just sent it to you again.
Okay. It's gonna come.
That's your development thing. Is to like, let's start developing this brand foundation. And then
Mhm.
that will lead us into the strategic plan. Your fun project is to capture this process of building your office out, redesigning, whatever you're going to call it. Come here, change it. Once you realize what you want to call it, write it out.
Mhm.
And then the other thing I need you to do is start thinking about what you might want your, even if you focus on the fun piece in August and the strategic plan, that's fine. But we want to, at some point in the next couple of weeks, start thinking about what you want your monthly themes to be.
Okay.
Because I don't want you to get to September, get to the last week of August, rather. You're scheduling all the content you created in August, and now you're stuck on what to share, what to create in
In
September.
September.
And then you spend too much time, and next you know it's September 10th, and you're like, well, just forget it. I'll just wait till next month. We're not doing that.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so I put that on here too. And these are all going to be task inside Nifty as well.
Okay.
All right. How does this feel?
It feels doable. So when is this due?
We're going to start working on it. I'm going to set the due date a week from today.
Okay,
It doesn't mean it has to be complete. It just means you've done something.
something, right, got it.
I mean, Toushonta notes. This is sending you your, this is sending it. I just hit that little,
So that's,
it's probably just going to email you these little notes. I don't know.
okay, that's,
the way it's going to be a Nifty, but I just think it's cool. Can you see this little envelope?
oh, yes,
Email meeting notes. I love, when I tell you I love,
August 8th. Okay,
yeah, so I'll add that into Nifty as well. Now, the other thing with Nifty, if you don't like something or you want to move something, you can put notes in there and assign things to yourself too, so they jump on your calendar.
okay.
That's
I
our
got-
space, so you can use it however you want.
And I got my little notebook, Mastermind.
Yeah, that too. So whatever works. I just do it. I use it because it holds me accountable, because I
Right.
put for myself things that I say I'm gonna put this in there. This give the branding doc. I'm gonna put that in as a task for myself today. So it would jump on my calendar. So if I don't get it done tonight, first thing tomorrow is gonna tell me I need to do it.
August 9th through the 13th, I'll be in Los Angeles.
Yeah, event
Of
stuff,
course.
fun stuff.
No. Well, Cheyenne doesn't know. Her birthday's August 9th. So we're surprising her. My mom is going to, and Domino. And Devin. So we're leaving right after I get off. I'm getting a rental car around the corner, and then we're heading out. Yeah.
Nice. That's fun. That's gonna be great. Go hang out for her birthday. I love
Yeah.
it. Love it. Love it. Okay, so how are you feeling about this?
I feel good. I feel good. I'm gonna figure out the themes because that makes it more fun. And it makes it more catchy for people to pay attention, and being consistent, like you stated, showing up and being more visible is gonna make them pay attention a lot more.
Yeah, and it makes it easier because you don't have to be like, every day is not a new experience or new thing that you have to create as Toushonta creates. Would you taking us on a journey? So if I am a random housewife or random whoever that wants to learn how to do something, I have a whole month to journey with you. I can actually learn something from you, as opposed to just
Because I'm changing stuff in the fall to a different color, so I can do that as well.
Yeah.
Like my bathroom, I already bought all the stuff for the fall. I'm just waiting for it to be fall. So I guess that I could do that in September.
Yeah. So write all those things down, the things that you know that you already, that make you feel good about doing this. You want to keep it fun. That's why I put it as a fun thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is what you love to do. So yeah, there's going to be some work, but let's figure out how, while you're having a good time creating this content, how do we systematize it so that it never gets to really where it feels like it's a lot of work.
No, yeah, I want it to be so natural with me videotaping that it just becomes like, oh, this is nothing. That's what I do every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's what
then
I want.
once you systematize it, or we figure out like the process of like, you're like, okay, last month I did it and I changed some things up. I didn't use my tripod, whatever it is, there's gonna be some nuances that are gonna be different.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna be like, I didn't like the way that one went. So instead
Mm-hmm.
I shifted back and started doing this, because before I was recording everything on Tuesday and that didn't work. So now I
Yeah.
just record little pieces and I keep the setup done and I just move it to the other. Like, you're gonna figure it out.
Mhm.
And then once you have that, then you'll be creating more content. Then it's like, okay, I have systems in place. Now you can hire somebody, hire someone $50 a week to come
Mhm.
in and chop things up and do the chat GPT thing for you. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's like we have
yeah.
to work towards that, but we can't even bring on any help or think about how
Until
to
we start being consistent.
streamline things until we start trying things, and then you know what you like and what you don't like.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then you can come up with a plan, a system, and then you can hand it off to someone else to support you. Then you can
Mhm.
do it more faster.
Got it.
But the challenge with you is going to be, I think, um, staying focused on
Mhm.
just these things, because you have so many things that you want to do, which that's still your food, like your daily life is content. So
Mhm. Mhm.
I would still do all
I
that.
would still videotape it, just have it in video in my phone. So when I come back, I can drip that out at the time.
Right.
That's
But if you're cooking, like right now, if you go make avocado toast, my favorite, or
Mhm.
anything that's pretty or whatever in your kitchen, do your regular stuff. I would still share it like regular, because we're building. Don't forget, we're not coming out with this new system until
Right.
September. So
Got it. Got it.
share all your regular stuff, and then we'll figure out, once we look at the content that you created in August for September, then we'll figure out where all the rest of that other stuff goes. It might
Mhm.
just be stories. I don't know. It might just be personal. We'll figure it out.
Mhm. Mhm.
You
Got
know,
it. Mhm.
I was like, where does the other daily content? Because I don't want to stop you from sharing your daily life, because you're already used to doing that, and
Mhm.
people are expecting you to do that. So don't
Right.
stop doing that.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
because I got something that I'm about to do soon too. Is sensational soaps. I gotta walk around a pool and all this stuff. I'm doing a happy hour box.
Awesome.
So you get a kimono, you get this little, it's a hat that goes in the
You got
back.
a kimono.
You get a kimono, you get this hat that goes in the back and has like a bow on the back. It's just a big brown
And
hat, and it's brown, and then you get happy hour scented sugar scrub and the body butter in the box as well. So it's a
no,
whole situation.
that's
Yeah.
true.
But I gotta do reels, walking around a pool, look cute, da da, all the stuff.
That's, I really like it. That's awesome. All right. So you feel good? You feel confident?
Uh-huh.
All
Yeah.
right. So I'll load all this and get the task and everything into Nifty. And I'm here to hold you accountable.
All right.
I mean, we talk every day.
Okay.
Hold on. Whatever. You're like, okay. No, seriously. I mean, we talk every day anyways.
No,
Now,
I know. No, I'm like, I know I'm up for the task.
now we
Okay.
got more to talk about, because we'll be talking
Yeah.
about us, our little
Yeah.
regular stuff.
Right.
And we'll be
But
talking
I need the accountability. I always need the accountability. Seriously. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
All right. We got this.
All right. Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.